Hello, and welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, a chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with some high-stakes, no-good options, craft brew on the side. I'm Jade, and I'm here with Nate.
Yeah, hi.
And today we are staring down an absolutely impossible choice about Chapter 61 of Soul of the Fire.
Fucking tell me about it, man. I've been trying to figure out what drink to keep with me while we record, because sometimes, spoiler alert, not really, but we don't always drink beer all the way through. Sometimes we just crack it for the beer break, and I couldn't decide if I wanted water or coffee or beer or maybe just like a little shot of bourbon or something. So I figured it out. I've become a drink goblin, and now I just have all of them. So I'm fucking ready for it all.
That's how I start every day.
That's how, yeah. I've seen your desk at work.
Yes.
Many cups.
Yes, we start with water, and then we have a coffee, and then we have some type of fun drink every time. Whether that's pop or juice or whatever. Something flavorful for fun, but all three of them at the same time. Because you never know.
Well, you need something hot in the morning usually, and then something cold. You want both.
Yes, that's the bare minimum, is having one of each. I would prefer to have three, but I will settle for two.
Wonderful.
That's today's moment of truth. On the last chapter, a candlelit crowd turned into a carefully staged smear campaign against Richard until people literally started catching fire, and everyone decided that was also his fault.
Yeah, it was a little crazy because at first you were surprised because like a candlelit vigil, which I believe was a vigil for the sovereign, fucking turned into this political rally, and you're like, oh, that's fucking bad. There's always the joke of, well, when it rains, it pours. And then people just literally started on fire for apparently
combusting.
No reason. You're like, how could this day get worse? Yeah. Combustible people.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Why not?
Why not? Although I will say
bad.
About the his fault thing, I think we touched on this. I don't really blame the people for being like a little bit sus that it's Richard's fault.
No, we've talked about that through this book. Goodkind is making a statement about how literally the words don't matter because they could say one thing, it actually means another. You're angry about a third thing, but you're only going to take action on a fourth thing. And it's like, the words themselves don't matter. You know what matters? Actions matter. Mind what people do, not only what they say, because their deeds will betray a lie. And it is kind of Richard's fault in a way.
Ignoring
it's not his fault, but it is.
No, it is.
And he showed up with the magic, and now people are bursting into flames, and like, yeah, you can see it from their way. These people have just been manipulated to believe it's for other reasons.
Right. And that's like, you're not wrong. It is their fault. But even it is his fault. But even ignoring that, you came in, you said you have magic. People are dying in weird magical ways.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's probably you, right?
It's probably your fault, Magic Man. Fucking Occam's razor.
Yeah,
the simplest explanation is
A plus B equals
your
C.
fault.
It's your fucking fault. Everything was fine before you fucking showed up, and now people are exploding.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really blame the people for jumping to that conclusion. Also,
right.
We were all talking shit about him, and now people are on fire. Why else would anybody do that?
I mean, it's not looking good for the vote, right?
Yeah, right.
It looks really, really bad going in.
Really
you
bad.
need to have such a positive fucking outlook. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. Richard's pretty positive about, well, we went out there, we told the truth, did our best, and that'll get us there. We're about to find out if that's the case or not.
I have a sword somewhere that says truth is really important, so it's gonna win out.
Or we'll kill him.
Yeah.
Whichever.
So, Richard, Kahlan, and Gian return to their camp in a downpour. They're carrying an exhausted Dew. She's pregnant, she's sick, she's not doing hot. It's not a great day for her.
She's super pregnant at this point, right?
Yeah, super pregnant.
She's right about there.
Yeah. If I had to walk into town and then back out of town, I would, carry me. Fuck this.
Just walking through thick mud is bad enough.
Yeah.
Even if you have like wellies or something, it's still, it's never enjoyable, let alone when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
That's times 5. Everything times 5. Fuck that.
I'm just thinking about non-pregnant me walking back to the car at the end of like a zoo day or a park day, any of the Disney parks, and just be, like how much my feet hurt at that point.
Yeah.
That's probably how much her feet hurt, but more because she's pregnant. No, I'm good.
Days when your legs are tired. My legs don't actually hurt. They're just sore all over.
Yeah.
Just the whole day, just kick their asses.
Yeah, and then you lay down and everything just kind of throbs.
Yeah.
Richard is thankful that the rain cooled everybody down and their tempers, and everybody went back home in Fairfield. But it's still kind of like, it wasn't a great trip.
Yeah. I mean, how thankful are you for that rain?
Yeah.
What the fuck are they gonna do? They're gonna work themselves into an uproar here and take this fucking town over. And then it starts to storm, and he's just like, thank fuck.
Well, especially if they had started rioting and doing crazy shit, and then he's there, right, with Kahlan and Do. God knows what would happen. Especially they don't have their magic. What are you gonna do?
You've got a very divisive person in front of a crowd of people who are ready to pop off.
Yeah,
they're liable to pop off.
He's gonna hurt the children. That's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, it could go so fucking fast too.
And mob rules, so one person
right
could just spark the whole thing.
If only they're a recent example of that.
So Kahlan, understanding Du's mood, is extra nice. And she gives her a biscuit and dries her hair. She's being accommodating at this point.
That's very sweet.
Yes. And Richard's over at his table. He's debating whether or not to call in General Rybish and the army, but he's hesitating.
Well, yeah, once you bring in the army, you've made your statement. You know what I mean? If you can come in and let words do the talking instead of the swords, they don't need to view you as a violent, power-hungry person who doesn't care about a lot of people who are going to die because you chose soldiers over talking. You know what I mean? So he wants to avoid that. He knows it's an option. It's just got to wait until it's absolutely necessary. Like when we were younger, we were always told, you damn sure don't throw the first punch.
Yeah.
But if somebody is swinging on you and trying to like hurt you, you have permission to defend yourself. That's not the same thing. So I think it's like this. Richard's like, yeah, we have the army, but let's not get to army level unless we need an army to fight whatever it is.
Yeah, well, because like you said, bringing your army in is a statement. Like, it's a statement of war.
It's war now, yeah.
Because why else are you bringing your army into this little town unless you are meaning to take it over, especially after you just spent all this time being like, yeah, let's do a vote and like let you choose. And then you're going to march your army in. You're obviously here to do some nefarious shit.
Yeah. Else, why would you have the army?
Yeah.
Then come with a galley of representatives and like, let's talk about this stuff. We can figure it out, but you're skipping that step. And that means we're fighting.
And now you are the tyrant to all the people there.
And that's exactly what it's going to look like as he marches all those motherfuckers towards town. And that's exactly what's going to set those people off and make them turn the dirt on them.
Well, and then you don't even outside the army, you have angry peasants. Like a force that you would not normally have to deal with is now involved here because of all this bullshit. So Captain Meiffert arrives in the tent and reports that the scouts' assessments were confirmed. Everything in Fairfield is exactly as they thought, maybe worse. It's not going well. And he basically says, hey, buddy, it's time. We got to call the army in. We got to do the thing.
I'm glad I caught you while you were sitting there pondering because, boy, do I have a suggestion for you.
Yeah.
All systems go, my guy.
Go
fucking
time.
Green light.
Yip, yip.
Yip, Richard.
He also mentions disturbing reports of special Ander Guard troops, unlike the regular army, which we know are...
they were sprinkled in there among the people, kind of like there, but not being aggressive, but ready for something to pop off. For Richard to show up and start some shit.
Well, that, and this is them implementing themselves in the city so that no matter what, they have their foothold there.
They have a presence in town now.
Yeah. So Kahlan is backing this. She's like, we should absolutely do that. Yep, call them. Let's go. At this point, lies are spreading faster than we can fix them, and we got to get to the fucking library now. We don't have time to pussyfoot around about this shit. Call your buddies.
I mean, She's not wrong.
No.
I do wonder, though, how long Richard had been sitting and pondering if Kahlan and him were having any sort of conversation ahead of what we see here, where he's like, I don't know if we should do this. And Kahlan's like, yeah, you probably should. This is the moment. He's like, yeah, I don't know. Then Meiffert shows up and is like, do it. And Kahlan says, see, fucking do it.
Told
and
you.
Richard, being Richard, is now going, maybe not. But she's right about the library. You might not have time. It's a stretch to get there. You need more info.
Yeah.
You got to have it because you have this dirge problem. You have this invading army problem, two separate things. You have the Ander problem, a third child of trouble. Thank you very much. There's got to be something that ties all of it together, and Richard hasn't found it quite yet. I mean, he has. We've been near the cave.
Yeah.
The magic cave
yeah.
where never mind, but we've not quite figured it out.
I do think that they've had multiple conversations about this because ever since the vote came up, Kahlan was like, no, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, she didn't like the vote.
She was like, this is not going to go well. We need to bring them to heel. They have to agree. We can't let this town fall and they're not going to agree with us. So we fucking bring the army in. I think from the beginning, Kahlan has been like, I'll back you, but just so you know, I don't agree.
I wonder how smug she is right now.
I think her eyebrows are up. For sure.
Way up. So up. And you know what else? Richard hasn't noticed.
No, he's not looking at her. So he pushes back at Meiffert at this point. Meiffert. I'm going to say his name multiple different ways, just so everybody knows. Because my brain can't keep one in there.
I think it's Meiffert. And I think that's the way it is because you laughed at length the other day about my fart and thought it was very funny.
Oh, yeah.
And then reminded us all you were an adult.
Yeah.
But it's Meiffert.
I forgot about that. That might help my brain. Thank you. So he pushes back against this and he's like, Trudge is going to win out, guys. I fucking know. I have a sword. It says it.
Why did they make the sword if it wasn't going to win? You ever think of that?
It has to. And we can't bring the army in. We just simply can't at this point. And Kahlan is like, hey, lying seems to be working out pretty fucking well for the other guys at this point. So maybe.
Look, Richard, I know your whole thing is the high horse, right? Yeah. That's great. And I love that for you. But like a couple low blows would get us somewhere.
Yeah.
So let's just do that.
And just telling the truth.
Let's just make it easy and handle the problem.
And telling the truth is not going to win out.
Right. Sometimes being a good person doesn't actually do you any favors.
Yeah.
Because the problem isn't a moral one necessarily. It's just a fucking problem.
Yeah. You're not operating on the same terms with everybody else. Just because you're a good person doesn't mean that everybody else is going to go, oh, you're good. We should just do that. There are bad people and stupid people.
Right. It's just like the fight scene between Jack Sparrow and Will Turner in Pirates of the Caribbean, where Will's like, hey, you didn't fight fair. In a fair fight, I would have gotten you. And then Jack Sparrow says, well, that's not much incentive for me to fight fair, is it?
Right.
People are going to evolve and change, and you need to be able to do that too. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind every time.
I think you just broke my brain a little bit, though, because you said Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, because that's the way most people on the planet say it.
Right.
Caribbean is very American. Very American.
Yeah, I was like, why did that sound so weird to my brain? And I was like, it's because it said the other way. And then I couldn't,
I couldn't help it. It just popped out of there.
Which is weird, because you've never, I don't think you've ever said it that way.
No.
Okay.
It's really due to the amount of rum that I've had. Even though I've got like an assortment of drinks here, I don't have any rum. So then I revert back to the Caribbean instead of the Caribbean. Because when you're drunk, saying welcome to the Caribbean, love, is very easy to say.
Yes. Okay. All right. My brain's back on track now. We figured it out.
Shook it off. We're good.
So Captain Meiffert proposed a solution. He believed that his 1,000 soldiers can seize a wide section of the Double D's. And then they can allow General Rybich's army to come in and motorboat them right there, and it'll be fine.
You want to go in there, you want to be able to handle them enough, but if your hands are too big, then you could risk damaging the double Ds, and nobody wants that. So Captain Meiffert's plan is tiny hands. We don't have to come in with full army to the double Ds. Let's just come in with little army to the double Ds, and then try that. Try more of a clinical kind of approach.
Well, I think
almost
maybe
as if a foreplay situation were at hand.
They could just motorboat just the center,
just
the center. And if they do it well enough,
Ds.
then there won't be a reverberation and they won't get clapped.
Jade, if they do it well enough, they'll be able to get inside.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Fellas, pay attention. Foreplay, okay?
Richard disagrees.
Of course.
He's like,
that's inappropriate.
We don't know how the double Ds work. We aren't quite sure what gets them off. So we can't really just be going in there all willy-nilly. We got to have a plan.
Are we doing this, or is it Horny Terry actually?
No, this is us.
This is all you.
This is me. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, wow, I don't remember this chapter being this horny.
No, this is just a little flavor. Just to keep us interested, because it's not that long of a chapter, to be honest.
Yeah, and wartime tactics are sometimes exciting and sometimes very boring.
And you know what really helps get people through a war, Nate?
What's that?
Titties.
Titties? Yeah.
I think historically.
Gosh, I just love here now that it's the 4th of July today.
Yeah.
I got a tear in my eye and just want to wave the flag to a couple of titties.
Patriotic.
Is there anything more patriotic than titties? I mean, that's really what you're fighting for. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
what do we want? Some tits worth fighting for.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Happy 4th of July.
I need a drink after that one.
You're right. You know what we should do? We should take a little break and go open the cooler up, because it's the 4th of July, and we'll be back right after this. Hi, Nate. What are we drinking?
Today, why did you say hi to me? We've been here the whole time. For like the last 90 minutes at least, we've been staring right at each other.
Well, you came back in the room with the beer.
Wow, that threw me off so much. Okay, so today we are having a little after midnight, a Belgian dark ale, clocking in at 5.8%. This dark Belgian ale offers deep malty sweetness with layers of caramel, toffee, and molasses. Molasses. Rich notes of dark fruits like fig, plum, and raisin come through, balanced by classic Belgian yeast spices. Subtle hints of licorice, chocolate, and coffee aid complexity, while the alcohol presence is smooth and warming.
Aww.
We've taken our time with this one a little bit more.
Yeah.
There are a lot of flavors to consider. It is a very chaotic beer to fit with the theme of the episode. But I'm going to be honest with you. This one's not my favorite. I would go... for fear of the children, 6 or 7 on my rating, probably towards 7, because it is good overall, but there's like the raisin and there's just like extra stuff in there. It's like, it might be better without some of that.
I think there's 2 different brewing schedules, and I think we did it one way the first time, and we did it the other way the second time. I think the first time we waited longer. And then the second time we just got it to conditioning a little bit faster.
Yeah, it makes it sweeter the shorter it goes.
So I'm wondering, because I remember the first time we had this, really enjoying this. So I wonder if this beer specifically is just a better beer to brew a little bit longer.
You got to let it get full-bodied and absorb all the flavors together, so it's more like one thing instead of it being a whole bunch of different flavors. It's kind of like a chili. The more it all sits and simmers together, the more that flavor blends into one thing that is chili.
Yeah.
The quicker you do it, right? All the onions and the peppers, they're not fully cooked. So when you bite into those, you get full onion, full pepper, everything's separated. And that's kind of what this beer tastes like. So yeah, I think you're right. Maybe we go long on this one next time and see if maybe we can't round out that whole flavor.
Yeah. I will say, despite how hot it has been so fucking hot. Not even just in America. I think everywhere it's been hot this last weekend or so. And despite that, for whatever reason, the way you just described chili is making me want to make a fucking batch of chili.
It's because we have air conditioning. Let it burn, baby!
Best invention ever.
It's chili?
Chili, well,
AC?
Both. I like me a
The first man to have chili on a hot day with air conditioning was like, you guys, I've just figured out the whole universe.
Yeah. Nice, sweet, spicy chili. Yeah. Anyways, I would give this a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
7,
You're about where I'm at.
7 midnights out of 10. Just a little Taylor Swift reference before we get back to the episode. And we are back. And Richard is still knocking down their arguments. They can't even ask the Anders about how this fucking double D's work because they don't understand the weapon that they're using or not using.
Mysterious.
Ringing it fucking kills people.
Yeah.
That's literally all they know. Then that's all they had. They're like, that's all we had to know.
I mean, could you picture Richard just trying to talk his way through this, going to the Anders and be like, okay, so just like, hypothetically, okay? Just hypothetically, if one were to say bring around 1,000 guys, like, how would you get maybe through, do you think?
Yeah.
Like, specifically how? You'd be like, bro, you're under arrest right now.
Well, I suppose he could just go up to, like, a couple random people in the street and be like, have you ever heard of the bells not all ringing at the same time?
Yeah, have you ever just heard of one ringing by itself?
Yeah, or do they always all ring? And they may not know that, but at least ask you could at least hazard to ask a couple of the locals.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would just turn the conversation towards then how do we shut off communication between the people watching and the people ready to ring the bell? If we could just stop the alarm from going off, we might be able to get through.
Yeah.
But if we just show up with 1,000 dudes, we're fucked.
Yeah, well, and that's what Richard's saying, because he's like, what if one random dude ringing the bell at one end triggers all of them?
Yeah.
Because they literally cannot take the entire line. They know this. It's all the way along the border, and even if they were to, there's not enough of fucking Meiffert's men to do that.
And if it could be rung one at a time, then maybe there's a distraction scenario where I don't know how they would pull it off, but let's make them believe that there's 1,000 men coming from their west, but there's not. We're actually coming from the east. So they're all prepared on one side and they can ring one bell and we're sneaking in behind them without them ever knowing we were there.
Yeah. See, and these are all like strategy, but Richard is not even going to have those strategy discussions because we don't know how it works. And the only time he knows that it's rang is the one time it rang when they arrived and they rang all together and nobody knows why that even fucking happened.
We can't have 1,000 men out there and risk it going off and killing all of them.
Yeah, he literally asked if they're willing to take that gamble. Like, it could work, but it could also just, if somebody rings one, they're all fucking dead. Do we want to risk that?
Yeah, you're in charge of those 1,000 dudes. Are you willing to risk every single one of them dying? Because that's what we're talking about.
And Meiffert is like, I would risk my own, but not the other men, of course. So
and he's a good dude. Yeah. He's a good dude. He's willing to do what the fuck ever for Richard. We've seen this time and time again now, but he's just like, hey, when it comes to the logistics of this, let's just not kill everybody for no reason, right? That's what Dark and Raw would have done, and you're not him.
Well, yeah. Well, and even, I don't even think Dark and Raw would have done this because it's stupid. Because, again, all any of you know is that ringing them kills the enemy and that the only time you've seen it done, they all ring.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to even, I don't know why we're even considering that they wouldn't all ring together because that's the only experience you have with them.
Yeah, the conversation needs to shift towards how do we prevent them from being rung? If we could pull that off, we're golden.
Which is interesting because they say it's all along the border. So there must be more than 1,000 stations, right? Because these are Daharan fucking soldiers. And we know that the army that they have stationed at those fucking bells are not. They are shitty little soldiers. So theoretically.
But it's not a matter of the fight. It's just a matter of the dirge.
No, but what I'm saying is that Meiffert's guys, theoretically, in my brain, could go one per bell. If you got 1,000 men, one per bell could take down 3 or 4 Hakens, for sure.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So there must be more than 1,000 bells, is my thought.
I wonder if there's some sort of refractory period for the dirge where like, hey, they're going to ring it. Then you run in, you're at the highest risk. But then after that, either you win and confirm or you don't. And we know that we're going to have to send one more small group towards the dirge again to get them to ring it. And then after that's rung, one wave at a time until we eventually take over each dirge.
But see, again, they're not going to have that talk because we can't take the dirge.
Fuck. Well, that complicates things. I don't know.
And as far as we know, there is no refractory period, and you could just fucking keep ringing that bitch.
You just keep ringing that bell all you like.
Kahlan argues that if they do nothing, Jagang is going to come in here, he's going to take Andereth, he's going to hide behind the fucking dirge, and he's going to bleed the Midlands to death. Because they are the fucking breadbasket of the Midlands, so he's going to have food, going to have everything he fucking needs, and can just keep striking as much as he needs.
Yeah, we can't let this guy dig his heels in and set up shop in our fucking town. If he does that, we're fucked.
And these people are more fucked than they realize, too, but that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother deal.
Richard concludes they only have one fucking option. They're going to go read some books and find the answer, even if it's a long shot.
Right. And in short, what did Richard decide to do? He listened to his wife.
Exactly.
The first good thing he's done all day.
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding.
Meiffert, right?
See? I'm going to take a drink for that.
Warns that the Andereth authorities are now openly opposing them, so they might fucking not be cool with you going in and taking a look in the library anymore.
Yeah. You're not friends. They openly oppose you.
They're openly calling you a rutting pig who's hurting children and has a concubine.
And most of these books are about how free shit shouldn't be free shit and you should have to earn it. So a public library is also a resource that these people aren't very keen on, but they're damn sure not going to let you in on their free resource because that would be wrong and then they'd have to let you in forever.
Well, we already know that their public library is culled of a bunch of like super interesting things and
of all the useful bits.
Yeah, they have like a vault with the super cool stuff in the back. So like they're definitely not going to let you into there again.
Got to go HP with it. You got to go. You got to sneak into the restriction section.
Oh, I was like, is this a Mission Impossible joke? Is this a Boondock Saints joke?
No, he'd crawl through the vents if it were Boondock Saints, and he would hang from a rope. Well,
rope
also Boondock
areas.
Saints, but also Mission Impossible was quite good.
Richard says if anybody lifts a fucking finger, they're gonna cut them down. Like, you guys are ordered to we're gonna do what you're trained to do.
Yeah, we're gonna walk not on the crosswalk. And if any car honks at us, we're going to flip them the bird, even though we're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But they're the problem.
Yeah. Well, actually, he says we're going to level the place. We're going to grab the books. We're going to go in, grab the books, level the place.
The whole place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what's wild to me is like, oh, we'll kill them all. But then, okay, who are you going to do that with? The not army that you're not allowed to bring, or the not
guys.
Miniature army? Is it the 1,000 he's talking about? So they're still involved. So then Meiffert did kind of convince him to just go little army. Just go little army.
Yeah. Yeah, they've decided the big army's not coming.
Right. Capital A army is out.
Can't
Lowercase a army, though?
We are only going to use them if someone lifts a finger. And
only
then, if they do, we're going to fucking blast them. And then I started blasting the whole thing.
What did I say? Don't do shit unless what? Unless you do it first.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
This is going to be Palace of the Prophet. This is going to be the pop version 2.
Pop V2 Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're going to go in, get the books, fucking bomb the place on our way out. Fuck all those people.
Well, I'll get my, what was it? I can't remember. Hawaiian shirt? I think that's what it is. Hawaiian shirt.
Meiffert might have one of those in his bags, though.
I know one thing Meiffert has.
Gas?
Yeah.
Meiffert mentions that several people requested an audience, including an extremely urgent woman named Franca Gawanalak, who will return tomorrow.
Yeah, she's like, oh, he's not here? Okay, I'll come back. Well, he might not be here for a couple. No.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
It is interesting that people are still requesting an audience with him in this climate, I'll say.
Yeah. Well, there might be a lot of people who are trying to convince him that he's bad and needs to stop doing what he's doing, even though he's not doing what they say he's doing. So it's kind of a moot point.
It seemed like I think that it was mentioned that they were mainly merchants that were trying to have talks with him, maybe about trade. Like, it could be trade stuff related because, you know, he had that whole hard line in the sand that if you're not with us, then you don't get shit. So
I mean, we've seen Avatar. You know you need the people in the lower ring.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is very true.
But Richard is also like major capitalist guy, so he's talking to the business folks. That's one of his priorities always, is the business folks.
Not today. He said fuck them all. But...
Fuck them all, yeah. But they are trying to see him, is my point.
Yes. But he can't give in to any, like, no matter what, it doesn't really, that part of the reason why I think he's probably just denying it is because it's a moot point. He already did this vote that he shouldn't have done for these people. That was not right, considering the way that he treated all the other countries or factions, whatever. You can't also then go, well, I'm going to come back on my rules about trade. So there's nothing to talk about with any of those people, really, except to spread more goodwill.
I mean, yeah, you probably just try and keep all the folks you can.
Yeah, I guess that's not the worst thing either.
But it depends where their motivations are kind of coming from.
Right.
If it's folks from there, they might be like, please stop doing what you're doing because my business. Or, like, I don't know why somebody from Dahara would be coming to talk to Richard, but maybe folks in Dahara are like, hey, how can I help so that I can help defeat Jagang? I'm not in the army, but maybe I'm a farmer. Can I give so much to the army so that I'm doing my part to make this thing successful? He'd want to hear those folks out.
Yeah.
But these folks who already voted against him lost fucking cause.
Yeah. Well, or he suspects they will, because the vote hasn't happened yet.
Well, like the scene with all the people, and they're obviously not.
Yeah.
I don't think any of those people are voting for him.
Yeah. Polls are not good right now.
Yeah, that's what it is. The polls.
Yeah. So suddenly, right before Meiffert tries to leave, a commotion erupts. A huge, exhausted, bleeding raven crashes onto the table.
Oh, now it's back! Somebody kill that bird!
And it knocks Meiffert to the ground, actually. It's fucking intense.
Ravens are really big.
Yeah.
We learned this.
We did. As he scrambles up to kill the bird, thinking it's an attack, Richard screams no. Dew also insists it's not fucking evil. Chill the fuck out. The raven looks at Richard in the eyeball, taps a small black object in its beak onto the table, and then takes off.
And then fucks right off because he's not going to get attacked again.
Yeah. He's like, fuck this. I'm trying to do a nice thing and you guys fucking attack me. You know how hard it was? You know how hard it was to fly through that fucking tent flap?
I had to aim that so perfectly.
So perfect.
From 2 miles out. If the trajectory is wrong, you're hitting a windowsill. That's death for me, bub.
With an injured wing.
Ass. Dalton ass.
Yeah. So after the bird leaves, Richard picks it up and he stares in disbelief. It's a journey book.
Oh.
Yeah. And in High Daharan, on the first page, it reads, The Mountain.
Oh.
This is Joseph Anders' book.
Oh, they fucking found it. The Raven had it the whole time.
The whole time. Well, ever since he stole it from Dalton.
How pissed do you think they are that Raven got away for a second time? He's like, that fucking bird. Last time I wanted to kill it. Now I want to know where it hangs out. What the fuck is happening?
Well, I think the first time that Richard saw the bird was at the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it was just above him. So he wasn't really like...
It was like, hey, and they thought it was trying to say fuck off.
Right,
but
it was warning them not to get in the water.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So it was doing them a favor last time. They just didn't see it that way.
And then we saw it crash through a window and steal this book to bring it to Richard.
Right. So Dalton definitely didn't like it, but they also didn't like it. And now it shows up and it's like, Pah, here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
And
Fuck you guys.
Yeah. And we know library lady was being a dick to him earlier, too. He's
Right.
like, this bird shit is for the birds. I tell you
Tough
what.
to be a Boyd.
Well, that's our truth. And we would love to hear yours. Please write to us in your journey books at podcastatt@gmail.com or find us on any of our social media.
Glug, glug, glug.
If you would like to support this podcast and hear some more exclusive content, please find us over on patreon.com/podcastatt, where every tier is a happy tier. Thank you all for listening. That's all for us, friends.
We'll see you real soon.